about your skin serum. So, and your
So,
background, and why you came up with the.
skin serum and my background. So first of all, I'm age 60 and I have never done anything, any cosmetic procedures in any form like surgeries or tightening or chemical peels or dermabrasion or any form of shave. But I was not like that. I was not like that when I was 55. I was like this.
Oh yeah, wow, that's a huge difference.
So being a neuromaxillofacial surgeon for 30 years, I have done more than 15,000 surgeries myself. And I have seen, especially because I was in training at Boston University, and we've seen all side effects, people with immunocompromised, people who diabetics, people at that time, AIDS was very popular, right? And people wouldn't heal because the problem with people don't understand that surgeon can redo everything, but nobody can make a new cells. We have to put stitches on, no matter if it's a heart surgery, if it's a leg surgery, it's abdominal surgery, or it's a facial surgery. So human beings are still not being able to reproduce human cells. That is a higher power, or you call it whatever you want, which protects us from ourselves, and we can't reproduce. Like we can't make a baby. We know how it makes nails and eyes and everything from two small molecules, but we can't reproduce it. Right? So when I was looking at myself, I was a pure candidate for surgery. Pure candidate. There's no way to lift my sagging eyelids or under eye bags and lifting. I would need a full facial lift at 55. But what I knew that skin is going to be the same condition. And after the surgery, I'm going to look for a while much younger and much better, but its circulation is going to slow down with age. We have stress. We have modified foods. We have environmental problems. We have environmental grime. We have all kinds of things which are affecting our skin. And therefore I said, well, I am not going for short-term effects and side effects as well, because there are lots of side effects, big scarring, and scarring slows metabolism and circulation. I'm not going for a Botox because Botox really paralyzes the muscles. Yes, you don't get wrinkles, but try to put anyone into the bedridden position for 6 months.
Yeah, yeah, it
Nobody
doesn't
is
look
thinking
natural
in
either.
the general terms. It's only about short-term beauty, and people are not thinking through what is happening with the body. Okay, you can paralyze a muscle, but it's same like a paralyzing your leg muscle for 6 months. So the muscle degenerates. The more muscle degenerates, the smaller your face is going to become with time. It's going to shrink anyways, because as a time, with age, we're getting sort of smaller, everything kind of shrinks, and so the facial structure as well. Therefore, at the age of 60, I can say that I have the same problems, because that's nature. It's our nature, and therefore you have to take care of skin, which is a surface, but then skin is lying down on muscles, on the fat. That's why we inject a lot of fat, and we inject lots of hyaluronic acid and everything to keep the skin plump. And we are starting to inject everything. Skin is a protective barrier. Skin by nature is not supposed to be cut in any possible way or prickled. We would never prickle a child. We would never prickle our belly, but we would happily do that on our faces for short-term effect, which is not right in long term. So
So,
yes, long term.
what's the main difference between yours and other like Neutrogena or something like that?
Oh, it's absolutely, it's like from different, it's worse than Apple and Microsoft.
Huge difference, though. Okay.
It's huge difference. It's huge difference. Why? Because we technically have, I'll show you the bottle, you see how many ingredients we have in one.
Yeah.
And we have to go from this to this.
Yeah. Huge difference.
And
For
this
sure.
is 4 years later. It's not 4 years, like it's 59, it's 55, it's 60. And I have no makeups, so you can see my age spot, which I haven't figured out how to do it. But we can, you see, we have so much collagen which we can put in, and so much lymphatic drainage. This is my eye before and after. You
Yeah.
can, that heaviness, but also, not only we can remove the lymph and everything what fills the, but we also have so much collagen and so much skin quality boosting ingredients that my skin is, I don't know, it's tight and healthy, and at the same time it's breathable, and at the same time it's shiny, and then it's full of oxygen. That's the most important part, because we know that, like, brain, which was developed the latest, can live without oxygen for less than 3 minutes, right? That's why decapitation and things. Skin is much more robust, and therefore it can live without oxygen. Skin cells can live without oxygen for much longer time, but they start to wilt and you become gray. The skin becomes, either you have dark blue circles under the eyes, and then when you age, it gets either reddish, dark reddish, or bluish, because there is no circulation. There's no that oxygen makes it bright.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yeah. I live in Utah where it's very dry. So a lot of people here, they dry out. Everybody looks like old catcher's mitts eventually, myself included. But
Well, we have 6 moisturizers in each product. 6.
6.
Because you have to moisturize, not only because the outer layer there are dead cells, if you know epidermis, and they fluffs off every day. So we are using a toner to take off the dead cells, so we don't have to do dermabrasion and walk without the skin. It's pretty much, it's a bad analogy, but it's like pedicure. It's like you're going to pedicure because you have a lot of extra skin on your feet, and like, who made that skin again?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't. So body made that skin, and then they really nicely they soften the skin up. That they shave it off, right, and they moisturize, and you feel like 5 kilos lighter, and everything is beautiful. Then 3 days you can't walk, and then what's happened in a month?
The calluses come back.
Absolutely. And who is making it?
The dividing cells.
The body, right?
Yeah.
And why does it do? Because it protects from flip-flops, from walk, from carrying the body weight.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm not going to show you my feet, but I don't have any of that because I'm just not doing it. So the more you are going to be, the more aggressive you are going to be to any part of the body, the more it's going to protect itself. The more you do needling, peeling, chemicals, the more the body says, well, this is a part of my body which is the most aggressively attacked. So I have to protect it the most. And that's why you pretty much can see every person who is doing a lot of work done, they have pretty leathery skin, and
Yeah.
they have, you like AI, they have a robotic look. They all look alike. If you go to like New York or big parties, you pretty much see the similar faces, because they are losing weight. Everybody has a cheek someplace up, and forehead doesn't move, and you don't have your natural expression which you would like to express yourself, be happy or unhappy, right?
Yeah.
But the bottom line is also to stimulate muscles on a face, because muscles on a face, it's like spider web. They're all interconnected to each other, and they are like this, like a web. It's not like on the hand, from going from one side to and attached to another side of the bone. they are attached only into some places to the bone, and the rest is attached to the skin. So I can moving muscles, I can have a facial expressions, and therefore we are having Botox.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we want to stop those muscles from moving, because they are attached to the skin. So they are two players: the skin quality and underlying tissue quality.
Yeah.
So
That's
to
interesting.
get to underlying skin quality and to boost metabolism and to relax muscles and to make sure that capillaries are working properly, because with age, strokes, the capillary, we're talking about um, uh, we're talking about cholesterol. We're talking about things that blocking arteries, that's blocking everything. The same happens in the face, and same capillaries are not, permeability is getting weaker and weaker, so they can. So where does the cells get oxygen and nutrients?
Capillaries is from the oxygen
From
in the blood. Yeah.
arterial blood, right?
Yeah. Right.
So, and it's no matter how much time you spend outside, you still have to inhale the oxygen. It has to go through the lungs. It has to go through the heart. And then only then it's going to go back to your cells. So it's a huge circle. And now we have to somehow get that oxygen right here. So how do we do that? By using nanoparticles. And using that, what is nanoparticle? I didn't invent nanoparticle. Like aspirin is a nanoparticle from a bark tree, or you can think about nanoparticle is poison ivy. It's a bad example, but if you touch yourself with poison ivy, you will feel it right away, because the particle is so small, the molecule is so small that it's going to penetrate skin in a second, and you are going to have adverse reaction.
Mm.
But these are good parts.
Good poison
These are
ivy.
good, like for example, they're used, nanoparticles are used a lot in medicine. When you put morphine patches or Nicorette patches or any kind of pain reduction patches, and they slowly, because small particles just go into the skin inside, and then they are in higher concentration and they get into the bloodstream. We did when I design these products, I make sure that they stay within the dermal layers, that they are not going to the skin, that they just work on the quality of our skin, making it tight, bright, elastic, healthy, the healthy cells, because one cell needs more than 100 ingredients. And when you have, for example, you have vitamin C serum, it's nice. It's going to make your upper layer a little bit brighter, but it's not going to do anything with your circulation. It's not going to do anything with your lymphatic drainage, which makes you puffy, and your eyelids and eye bags and everything. It doesn't going to go away. So you need like 7 or 8 different ingredients, and every ingredient have sub ingredients like preservatives, emulsifiers, and everything else, and only one active ingredient. So what's the point? Like when you eat a salad, you don't eat just piece of carrot. You eat tomatoes, and you eat cucumbers, and you eat salad, and you put cranberries, and you can put some proteins, and you can, the whole plate is full. Vegan or no vegan, it's just full. But when you are using a skincare, because of beauty industry, you're just getting 1 or 2 ingredients, and it doesn't make sense.
You need a much larger variety of different
You
things.
need much larger variety for each cell on each level, because skin, well, basically you could say that skin have three layers, but technically it has 12 layers. So you have to penetrate in the depths of all 3 layers. So first you have to take care of the outer layer, so it's smooth and nice and have like that what we call Korean glass, skin gloss. I don't know if you can see that my skin is very shiny,
Yeah, it is.
right? And it's just toner and cream and gua sha, black obsidian gua sha, which locks in the cream and removes the residual. I could show you
Oh.
in a half a face how it looks, even though I used it, but I can show it what immediate effect of the nanoparticles does to your face. So every day you get a facelift, technically.
So I have a question about the nanoparticles. I know a lot of times for certain molecules you need like permeation enhancers, DMSO. Basically, you need things that are
Mostly,
non-polar.
mostly lipids. Mostly lipids.
Lipids, yeah.
Yeah, and they are natural lipids which are naturally existing in the skin. We have lipids, so we use them.
Okay, and then it
We
goes.
use everything natural. The formulas are 100% natural, and they've been tested by obviously and absolutely independently tested by dermatologists, both in United States and in Europe. For all the claims, and also for definitely for sensibility of skin, for any side effects, and we can say there are no side effects, and for more than 1,000, we haven't seen one side effect as of yet, because nature loves nature. You don't get really side effects from non-processed aloe vera, whereas you can from a powder or process or stripped away, or people like white creams. Like, for example, if we compare our bottle, so it's you like, oh no, it's cream. Okay, so cream, let's say there is a serum as well, you like serum. So the bottles are to protect, it's alive. These are live products, they are not processed. So to protect them, obviously we have preservative, but it's like kombucha or kefir, right? It's very, very active because we have a skin biome, we have nanoparticles. So it's in a negative pressure bottle. It has a double layer. It has a lock. You are locking it in and out. And for example, people who buy it from Dubai or all countries and places, we ask them to keep it in the refrigerator because it just goes bad. Versus I have a cream which I used to have 5 years ago. I just found it recently when I was looking for a comparison. This is a 5 years old cream. And I have dipped my finger 5 years ago. It's been staying on the shelf for 5 years. It's never gone bad.
A lot of preservatives, right?
More and more. So, because if it's a natural product, if you leave any natural product like avocado or anything, it's gonna oxidize. Even if you put the preservative on avocado, it's gonna oxidize.
Yeah, especially the lipids. They're super sensitive to oxidation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, and there is no cream without lipids. So this one does, for you, for PhD, it doesn't pass the test of science.
Yeah. There's a lot of hardcore preservatives that do a lot.
Yeah, I can show you. And you see, remember COVID times when we said, we have this is another natural product, night cream from honey. Honey is yellow. If there is nothing yellow, maybe there is no honey.
Yeah, it's probably been pasteurized or bleached or something because honey.
Yes. So, and once you pasteurize, you know what's happened, right? We're killing all the actives.
Yeah, all the enzymes get cooked
Yes.
under
Yes.
under high heat. They get denatured. The
Thank
protein.
you.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Well, it sounds like you have an amazing product.
So
I wanted
that's
to.
why people at the beginning, they were asking, I can't see how much left is inside. Yeah, no, you can't see, but there are many more benefits for what it does to your skin. That's the fact that you can see how much you have left.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, a lot of
And more and more people are using the closed bottles now. Because people, consumers, especially in Europe, are getting much smarter what they don't want any chemicals anymore. It's too much. And they also don't want 21 different bottle, because I used to be one of them. I used to, okay, I'm buying Shiseido or La Mer or anything else, and I'm going to be beautiful. Well, I mean, it was working until it was not anymore, you know. And
Yeah.
then I had to face. I'm going back to my face. It's that was me. Gray. You see, there was no shine anymore. It was dull,
Yeah.
and this is not dull. So we
Yeah.
got that oxygen back, flow back. We improved the capillaries. We improved the muscles underneath. We improved circulation. And it's all done. Every little ingredient here is specially designed to boost or do something which is makes lymphatic drainage go and boost oxygen in, and boost all the arterial blood flow in. So it brings everything what you needed when you were in the mother's womb and there was no vitamin C. When you are 40, when you are 50, when you are 60. Yeah, one thing I still can't figure out how to get rid of those age spots. That's how you can see that I don't have filter. It's because I know I can put an acid and it's going to go away, but I want to figure out how to do it without an acid or a
Yeah.
filter.
Not like the analogy you used earlier, where if you do too much to your skin, it starts looking like the bottom of your feet
It's
because
leathery. It's
it.
very leathery. It doesn't breathe well because skin also, you know, that the skin excrete, like we have sweat, we have sebum, we have everything, and then the plugs are so everything is so clogged that it doesn't make that doesn't perform the function which was given to the skin by higher power, and therefore the skin just adapts to it and becomes gray, heavy, dull. And we didn't see our grandmothers like that, but now we can see, you know, people who, the more they do with their skin, the more they do morpheus and all kind of things, the more times they penetrate with micro needles and needles. Every time the skin says, God Lord, you know, I have to protect it. I have to protect it. I have to
Yeah.
protect it. So the skin is becoming more and more leathery, pigmented, lots of pigmentation. And that's why in serum, you asked me about serum. I wrote a page, just if you want to listen, just
Oh yeah.
so it's lightening, tightening, and smoothing for skin because it's targeted cellular regeneration, right? So it's firm skin and provides instant lifting with the horse chestnut, tremella mushroom, and escin. Smoothen an even texture and blurs fine line, which is pullan, mica, and minimize pores and bags under eyes. Escin, tremella mushroom brightens, and it takes really pigment off right away. So anyone who has a pigmentation after the procedures or anything, absolute use toner and serum is just gonna clear it away, just absolutely. So it reduces dark spots, redness, and melasma from 0,3 ethyl ascorbic acid with vitamin C, moria, koenig, and sweet almond oil. Restores skin biome and natural glow with microspheres, jojoba esters, and aloe vera juice, natural. And then we have deep hydration and elasticity on all three levels. And it's low molecular weight hyaluronic acid. And we're using hyaluronic acid also as an anti-aging effect. It has anti-aging effect. So we are using big molecule hyaluronic acid, which stays on the top of the skin. Then we use nanoparticles. So size of the normal nanoparticle which penetrates skins is 500 Da Daltons.
Mm.
So we are using 5,000 Da. It's very small. And then we use 11,000, which penetrates skin like a rocket. So, and it gets, and it's in a quantity which gets right to the skin regeneration, where the new skin are getting generated, because skin cell turnover is 28 days only. So every 28 days you have your old passport, but you have a new skin. So therefore, we have to make sure that we are really moisturizing very well basic skin, new skin cells, which are in stage of formation, and have lots of oxygen and arterial blood, so we can bring all the nutrients, all the enzymes, all the energy, all the mitochondria, all the proteins, all the vitamins, all the building ingredients, so we can build entire cell with mitochondria, just name it. There's a lot.
All the fuel that's needed. Yeah.
Absolutely. But you need them all. You can't have just peptides. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
There's a
one
lot of
of
things
them.
that go into cellular processes. You need a lot more than just one thing.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what I want to really people to understand, that it's not one thing which would, yes, it's good to have peptides, it's good to have mitochondria work, but if the cell doesn't have a cover, it doesn't have, there is no cell. You need proteins.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cell
There's a
has
lot
to
of
have intracellular liquid.
yeah. There's a lot of biochemical reactions that require a lot of different things,
You
and
need
you're
RNA, you
missing
need
one.
RNA, DNA, you need everything in every cell.
Yeah. You don't want a rate limiting step. So I wanted to talk about. You obviously have an amazing
I'm just on
product.
page 1, and okay, we still have
Oh, okay.
in the same serum out. Number 4 is environmental protection and repair. Absolutely have to have that. And there is a green tea extract and black currant, polyphenols, and aloe vera. And we are supporting cellular repair regeneration with snail secretion filtrate, lactobacillus ferment, and soy milk ferment. So that's why going back to negative pressure bottles. And then we are strengthening the skin barrier and microbiome support, reinforcing skin natural defenses. Betaine is, it's from beetroot. So it improves cellular capillary permeability. So if you have a red skin, or you have spider webs, or you have blood vessels which are very close, they're going to go back in. So you're going to regain that white skin rather than having red skin or bluish skin or dull skin. Yeah, and it's also balances skin microbiome for resilience. That's only in serum. That's what you get just using serum.
Yeah.
Because I believe that you really have to take care of the skin, and that's absolute use toner. And sometimes now I use only toner and cream. I don't even use serum. I don't think I need it anymore. I use just duo, and then I use facial exercise for 60s, the ones who already have loss of collagen in the body, loss of oxygen, cellular oxygenation in the body. Because when you look at the people who are influencers and they are 20 and 30, they are showing you exercises, how to get rid of the double chin and how to get your jawline fine. They're 20.
Yeah. Doesn't really
They
apply.
don't have that problem, right? And those exercises done rigorously, the skin. Well, why I invented facial exercises after 40 is because I was following. At 59, I realized that I have to do something with muscles as well. That it's not enough. Now my skin is fine, but now I'm losing. I'm kind of shrinking, right? So now I have to kind of boost muscles, because we know that we have to do 10,000 steps, right? We know that we have to do the gym, but nobody talks about facial muscles.
No one. Yeah.
No, but let me remind you one really important thing is how do people consume drugs? fast acting?
Breathing it in usually, yeah, because it goes through the lungs and then goes to the
No,
bloodstream real
no,
fast.
you do it through the nose.
Yeah.
You sniff it in. Why? Because there is a bone which is connected to the brains, and the more swelling you have, so this is the head. It's a one thing, right?
Hmm.
And so the more swelling you have on the face, you have the same swelling in your brains. But here, skin is elastic, so it expands. Brain has a skull, so it doesn't. That's why we are starting to have a cognitive problems at age, because there's so much circulation slowed down and we are not getting lymphatic drainage. Lymph is very good. It kills all the bad cells and everything what invades our body, and so it eliminates everything bad from our body. But as by the force of elimination, it becomes toxic because it's elimination, right?
Yeah.
And then if it stays there because it's blocked, so it starts to kind of make a swamp. And when you make swamp, what does grow in swamp?
Methane gas, but yeah, it builds up.
Nothing healthy, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, it builds up and blocks the
Exactly.
lymphatic
That's how we
system.
get inflammation.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's how the cells are suffocating and they are malnourished because they don't get that circulation. We're having a cream which is called Finally. It's for swelling and pain relief, and it works extremely well. Just removing the liquid, and once even you remove liquid between spines or legs or anything else, it opens a space. The lymph accumulation of liquid which you have, which you on the face, you have your puffy face and
yeah.
under eye bags and puffy eyelids, or just big cheeks. So the same thing happens everywhere else in the body. And when you can eliminate, I mean, the Finally cream has a capsicum in it, which is much stronger. It's just like, wow, in the nanoparticles, but it helps to reduce that pain and helps open the space. And once you open the space, oxygen flows in. And we are boosting that, so it's even more oxygen flows in. And once oxygen, arterial blood flows in, it brings oxygen and all the nutrients you need for repair.
Yeah, that's how the
It's
body
just
gets
really
where it
boosting
needs to go.
body's natural ability to heal and regenerate.
Yeah, and that's the best way to go about it. More like a holistic
It
type.
is very holistic.
So I want,
It's 200% holistic. Yeah, totally.
yeah, rather than that aggressive micro needling or those other methods people use.
Well, I mean, what is well, when you do microneedling, what you're doing, you are forcing body to regenerate because body starts
Yeah,
to heal.
micro damage.
Yeah, micro damage. You're
Yeah,
healing micro damage. You're constantly healing micro damage. Micro damage. Everything. Every time you have a thing, micro damage, you have a scarring, micro scarring.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so every
because it
time
goes
you
into
have a micro
senescence.
scarring, the skin is getting more leathery, thicker and thicker and thicker. Yes, it's for the time because you have a new cells are coming in to repair.
Right, right.
So
But
on one hand side, on the other hand side, you are getting more and more scarred face.
the leftover
Micro-scarring, yeah.
senescent cells to damage.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about the business side, if that's okay, just
Sure.
briefly. You have an amazing product, but I know in the health and beauty space, advertising and marketing, unfortunately, is very important. And
It's a disaster.
yeah,
Disaster.
and even bad products can do very well
Yes.
if the marketing and stuff is behind it. I won't name any names because I don't want to paint a target on yours or mine back, but there's some products out there that really don't do much or anything, but their marketing is so good that
Yes.
they're able to
Yes.
sell a lot of it
Yes.
because they develop a cult following, a culture. So for you, you obviously have a great product. What are some of the things that have worked for you acquiring customers? What's your main?
So for me, it's I still haven't really. what I would say broken into US market, because people say, "Oh, I would try. It can't work." It's, the entire industry is telling different to do different things and
Yeah,
like
there's a
that.
lot. Yeah.
But you see, I'm a surgeon of 30 years, and I had a waiting list of 6 to 8 months, because in 30 years I really gained trust that I wouldn't do anybody to anything to any person, which the surgery I wouldn't do it for myself.
Yeah.
So therefore, my biggest market is Europe.
Europe.
Yes.
Okay.
So in Europe, they are much more open and much more understanding, and I would say uh, advanced in natural skincare, and knowing how to read ingredients and get them which are bringing benefits, and understand more about skincare in person. They also are already smart enough, rather than using 7 different ingredients. And I see a lot in America, that you can get the same effect but 3 times cheaper.
Yeah.
No, you cannot, because
Yeah.
they
People
they
overseas here.
are
Yeah.
organic, natural ingredient. Go to the Whole Foods store. Even then, now we have a lots of drama about Whole Food stores, that they are not really selling whole foods as you should, but technically, if you go for Whole Food stores, you will see that to grow, I have my vegetable patch myself in the backyard, to grow a vegetable which is not eaten by nature, let's say, yeah, right? It's not that easy.
No.
It's much easier to put some chemicals on and it's going to grow nice and shiny, but to grow it a really organic product, like my soil hasn't been touched by any chemicals for 7 years, but now I have rabbits. The rabbits and squirrels, they eat my
Old. Yeah.
uh, they eat everything. They eat cucumbers, they eat dills, they eat everything. They ate not only my strawberries, they ate strawberry bush and strawberry roots. I mean, they ate everything. I am
God.
having the biggest um, defense fence against those little creatures. I leave some of them to eat, but they eat everything. Even ate my cactus.
Oh my gosh. Those are some hungry varmints.
No, but
Speaking.
really, if you look at the neighbors, they like neighbors. They don't do vegetable patches, right? But you don't see so many rabbits. I have almost like a zoo here.
Because they know where the good stuff is, because you're making natural
Yes, I have a
vegetables.
groundhogs, and they technically last year, before I built that super fence against my, they just made the house there, so they don't have to go far.
Yeah.
They just they
They just live
they
there.
eat um they eat
Good
pumpkins. They
Christ.
eat, I don't know. They eat everything.
Yeah, there's no stopping them because they go under the ground, right?
Tomatoes,
We've got
they love
mold
them.
here. Yeah.
All tomatoes are eaten.
They just consume them all. Yeah, so
I have to take for myself just some green ones, and just put it in a dark place to finish ripening, if I want to get some.
if you actually want to beat Mother Nature
Yeah.
from eating all your fruits and
Yes.
vegetables.
Yeah.
So what's your distribution channels mostly? Do you sell in stores, or is it mostly online?
Mostly online, abbio.io. Yeah, mostly online. We also,
And
I'm starting to build a group for people who are over 40, who want to have a facial exercise to keep the muscles firm. And also, that with age, we start to sort of shrink only in bones as well. The face is getting smaller and smaller. And if you are not gonna exercise your bones, and your face is going to start to shrink, and then the skin has nowhere to go because it doesn't have a support, so it's going to get
just sag.
zag, and you're going to get wrinkles.
It's
So
interesting.
there are two phase. You have to have so we are selling online. I'm working with some very, very good holistic doctors, so you can get, they sell them to their clients who are really holistic. And well, we do much better in Europe.
Europe seems to like to
And
brag.
my family, like my grandkids are here in United States, and I believe America deserves something good as well.
Yeah, because there's a lot of
Obviously,
bad
I
products.
don't have a voice of Elon Musk or anybody like of that power to say that, listen, if you're not going to take care of your health, it's going to be bad, because all the things which you need energy, you need to have a power, you have to be healthy to
Yeah,
do other things in life.
yeah. My mom used to always say, "If you don't take care of yourself, no one will." It's
Yeah,
that's the
but
expression.
there is also a Chinese expression about that you have many, 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 many problems in life, but if you get sick, you have only one problem.
Yeah, it's true.
Then the
Yeah,
rest comes. It's the same what Steve Jobs said at the end of his days, right? With all the money he had, he couldn't buy health.
yeah,
So
yeah.
by boosting body's natural ability to heal and regenerate, like it does every time, like we cut the skin, we can not only put a band-aid or put the stitches on, body is going to do new cells. My grandson fell off the tree. Okay, he broke his arm, 3 weeks he in a cast doesn't make a new cells, it just keeps bone steady. So and body knows when you make skin cells or when you make bone cells and when you make muscle cells, body is the smartest computer, the whoever invented it.
History of mankind. Yeah, yeah.
Right,
It knows
but
exactly.
you have to keep it plugged in, you have to rejuvenate and regenerate,
Take care of yourself, exercising, and putting the right stuff in.
and write stuff in and write stuff out.
Yeah, yeah. Make sure it clears out. So my other question is, what
Yeah.
hasn't worked? What hasn't worked in your experience trying to sell? Is it like, have you tried Facebook ads or Instagram or that kind of stuff?
Haven't well I, no well I once I had a major failure, so it's kind of we were talking about new chapter in life, like in my case, where am I? Yeah, right. So my case 55, and it's like a new chapter, it's 55. Like you would say in 60s is like new 40s technically right now. So, and I don't have any body pain, like I just don't. If I
That's
have
what I
any, I
yeah.
just boost metabolism in that place, and it's regenerates. Just being and I don't know if you know, I had a horse accident. I used to be an avid horse rider, and then the horse accidentally fell on me in the barn, so
Oh my
I
gosh.
ended up with 19 broken bones. And there's going to be a book chapter in the book of happiness about me, it's a
Ah,
global book, it's going to be published in the UK. So I had a broken spine into place, internal bleeding, my lungs are full of so I survived Western medicine, through, it's written in LinkedIn, yes, someplace. But what I wanted to say, you have the new chapters in life, right? So I survived, and then Chinese medicine through the metabolism. That's where I kind of, it clicked to my head that you have to, they talk about energy more. Tesla talks about energy. We talk about circulation and metabolism. That's why Absolute Use, that's why actually 3 companies already stole my name, Absolute.
oh no.
But let me talk about my total failure. So it's somehow by starting a new life, regenerating yourself. The guy who was supposed to help me with ads, he said, well, we're like making a new chapter in your life. And people started to write, just click, 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 click. And it was like, oh, like we are digging a gold mine. And people were coming, they're flooding on my website, but they were not converting. And we were just like, what is going on? What is going on? And you know what is going on? There were newborn people who quit drinking drugs, the new chapter, or found
Uh,
God. So it was not about skin or healthcare.
Oh, they thought it was a new chapter in their life after drug addiction or something.
Yes.
Oh
So
no.
we got a tremendous amount of traffic and no conversions.
I
Oh
see.
God. So yeah, we had that.
You have to make sure that your messaging is directed at people who are actually looking for your product, not looking for help
Yeah,
with.
that's what I'm looking for, a company who could do that properly. Because I'm 60 and I'm a surgeon, and this is not my cup of tea. I much better understand body than marketing.
Yeah. 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 A lot of.
And to find that company which really can do stuff, not just promise and not deliver. So more and more people are starting to rely on AI rather than on live people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's difficult because definitely they are it's just how to find them,
Yeah. Yeah.
the high quality who can really do the good stuff.
Who can actually convert your product and
Yes.
yeah, there's a lot of tech out there and you just don't know what actually works and
I have a
what's a
daily, I
scam.
have at least 10, 50, 20 invitations or suggestions, but I failed with maybe 10 companies.
Really? Wow. Just different marketing companies who tried different things to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if
They're
it's
young dudes, and the more at the beginning of things, the more tattoos they have, the better it is. But then you realize that no, it's not. They just
they
don't.
try
They
but they
just
fail.
there's something. I wouldn't call it a trait, but I think there's something of younger generation taking advantage of older generation, because they think, okay, there is a surgeon, okay, she definitely has money, right, and definitely doesn't understand the thing. So there's a lot of the big learning curve. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, especially in a world where there's so many scams out there and there's not a lot of trust in what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, well, it's really, it goes to the sad part where people also, for new products, if it's not endorsed by Oprah, by herself, or some other majesty, it's people's like, I have to look at it, who
Yeah.
said so, who endorsed it, so there is a lot of not thinking for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, people just trust the big brand names, Johnson and Johnson or Neutrogena or something, and then they just trust those and they don't care about anything
Mm,
else.
yeah, that, I mean, of course, companies which have been working for 100 years and already established, and they have a good marketing, right? Also, and everything else just work. But if you go to Target and you look at the L'Oreal, and you can buy it for $4, but you see that it was like for $200. So what is the cost of production? What are the ingredients if you can sell it for $4
I know.
and still have a profit?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So
probably just
that's
like
scary.
a bunch of pig fat or something in there if that.
Yeah, you have to look at the ingredients. You have to understand, and you have to understand what it is, why, and not everybody has medical education. That's for sure. So it's not easy. Like for you, when I talk, I know that you understand what I'm talking about, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
building of a new cell, and building and having circulation. And Tesla, everybody talks about Tesla now, right? So Tesla was talking that every cell also vibrates, and Chinese say for 5,000 years cells do vibrate. People, Indian yoga, everything vibrates. If you have blockage of liquid, nothing can vibrate.
Yeah. Yeah, bioelectricity can't flow if there's a bunch of
Yes,
weird things
right,
blocking all the different ion channels and things like that.
exactly.
Well, I really appreciated it. We're almost at time, Elena. Is there
Yes.
anything that I missed that you wanted
You
to?
wanted to talk about AI.
Well, we got into marketing a little bit, so I think I'm satisfied.
Yeah, so marketing is yes, marketing is difficult for me in in a sense that I don't understand marketing when I see what people like and people buy or what people do, and I just don't understand rationale under it. I just don't. I need somebody who is smarter than me in that respect, to say, well, they buy it because I don't understand. I just don't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole world. I found you've been through enough marketing agencies that you know this as well, but trial and error, right? Basically just
Yeah, just you have to
adapting your
choose.
ads and changing it. Apparently that's what works, but I'm a scientist as well, and so I'm not a huge person who's into that either, so I don't know, but if I come across someone, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
But
Thank you, because it's very important that people start to live healthier. We
yeah,
talk about it, we talk about it so seriously that, especially now when there are heat waves. Even now, I was talking about, I wrote an article that heat waves are really aging your skin and age you as well. And then 2 days later, there was about the same article, but in Times, backed up by same science, similar science from Harvard University. So yes, obviously it's good to be backed up by Times magazine, that that my thoughts and my prediction was the same. So yes, but it's, when Times magazine write it, people are more willing to trust and start to be more precautious about it, because
yeah,
heat waves we had this summer, they are really, really not good for people, especially people who live in the colder countries, who are not in Africa, and they're not covered by melanin and skin protection and everything else. We are different. We are built differently.
yeah, yeah. We're supposed to get more vitamin D with lighter skin, but we burn easier, right? Isn't that one of the more prevalent theories why
Yeah.
white skin even exists at all? Who knows if that's true, but
Well, yes,
maybe. Well,
maybe.
thanks a lot, Elaine. I really enjoyed our talk, and I love your product. That's really cool. I'm gonna order some. I'm gonna give it a try.
Thank you,
Yeah.
because there's a man line as well, obviously, because we want men look as good as women. So it's when we look at you, we want you to look at your best.
I want to be attractive too. Yeah, yeah. No, living in Utah, it's so dry here. Everybody dries out. It's really interesting. It's
Yeah, that's
nice.
why we use six different type of moisturizers, because moisturizer is not the same on each level. Moisturizers work different on each level.
Yeah, the epidermis, the dermis, the fascia,
Yeah,
or all the different
yeah,
layers of skin. I'm trying to remember my physiology classes, but
yeah.
it's been a minute. But hey, thanks again, and I'll put a link to your website at the bottom here, and if you
Really
want to
appreciate it.
shoot me a discount code for my listeners, I'd appreciate that. So we
How
can,
much would you want to give? Well,
oh, just whatever.
I'll just put one for what would you like?
We can. How about 10%? Do you want to do a 10%
I
discount?
would do 50.
15.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's
Yeah,
do
shoot me one of
15.
those, and I'll put it in the.
Shall we
I'll put
pull
it,
the John Paul 15?
yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, yeah. I'll put it
Okay,
in
I'm gonna do just today, John Paul 15,
Down Paul
and
15. Okay. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. I'm going to use that myself. And if other people want to give it a shot,
absolutely.
scientifically, it sounds very sound. So I think
It is
you have
sound,
my
but most importantly, we have, you see, Hamilton Lab. It's independent and it's
Oh,
done.
you got some third-party testing on all the
Absolutely.
ingredients.
Everything is third party tested and it's tested by computers. So everything is done, and the final, all the claims are here.
So like
And
HPLC and all the different mass
yes,
things like that.
and we have nothing to do. We just send out, and it's not the person who said, "Oh, I see better or I see worse." No, it's what computer says about the changes in the skin in 28 days. And in 28 days, we are, just before we finish, we are reduced wrinkles 40%, improves skin radiance, then improves skin elasticity 9%, improves skin firmness 13%,
Wow.
smoothes skin 16%. And this is only for what we tested, because it's very expensive to make such a but
Yeah.
everything is independently tested.
Yeah,
We
clinical
have
trials are
we did in-house testing at the beginning, but then we send it out because we want to make sure there is no bias
no
at all.
bias. Yeah.
Me being PhD, there is no bias.
Yeah, you've
Everything
got a
has to be
reputation to uphold.
statistically confirmed that it really does what it says to do.
Yeah.
Because in the long term, people will see, yes, it does.
Yeah, if you have a good product, eventually it'll rest on its quality alone, and you don't
Quality,
need
yeah,
to do.
because quality at the end wins.
Yeah. Eventually, those crappy products will fail, even if their marketing is amazing. Ideally,
Well, they will make money, yeah.
for a short term. Well, hey,
Okay,
thanks again.
so John Paul 15, right?
John Paul 15. Yeah, I'll put it in the
Sounds
comments.
cathedral. It sounds very.
Yeah, yeah. It's the last book of the New Testament there. So
Here we go.
yeah. Hey, thanks again, and yeah, thank everybody. Thanks for joining us for the podcast.
Yes. And thank you for inviting me.
Oh, no problem. Thanks, Elena.
Bye.
Bye.